I thought I had one more second. I thought I had one more second before the Cremator bombs. I was fitting to land on the ground. Because the idea with the Cremator bombs, you want to go towards them until they fire, and then when you see them on screen, back off for a second and blow up right in front of your head. I thought I had one more second before... I thought I'd be able to complete that jump, back off to the left a couple inches, let the bombs explode in front of me. But I had so many monsters on screen, it just wasn't working. Not a problem. It's okay. That was kind of a charmed run anyway, if you think about it. I mean, you start off the run with 2 tier 3s. People would have just said I got carried, that's all. Yeah, you know that, that rat-ass telescopic sight carry. Sure. Good night. Gotta start me with the boxing gloves, don't you? Gotta start off with the boxing gloves. Let's not get killed by jellyfish. Killed by Cremator is acceptable. Killed by jellyfish is... nah. I've been killed by jellyfish before. I do not recommend it. Alright, let's see if we can't get some mobility this time. So we can't get some movement happening. I think a Hopo Feather would have been really helpful in that Cremator situation I was in, just because it would keep me off the ground more. That's what I was really worried about, going up against that, like that Imp Vanguard and the, all the spiders and everything. Getting up off the ground is good protection against those monsters. But I was paying too much attention to the monsters and not enough to the timing of the Cremator bombs. Usually I think the people that complain about Cremator, a lot of people who play this game complain that like Cremator is unfair, like he's a badly balanced boss, beating him is a matter of luck, etc., etc. I don't necessarily agree with that, because if you have the correct strategy, Cremator is, you can deal with him, you can handle him. But Chef is probably the low end of the class list for classes that could deal with him versus who can't. Some classes have an easier time just running out the clock. I don't want to jump down there and fight the Cremator right away, because then you got monsters spawning all on top of the lava pit that you're trying to fight the boss, and that's just not going to do you any good. Get him? Thank you. One more jelly. One more jelly for the road. Boxing glove and gasoline. Not as impressive as telescopic sight and permafrost, you know. Not the same level 1 that I had last time. I think the sniper, if I had to pick one class that could deal with Cremator the best, especially on glass, if you got the sniper, that Cremator's a one-hit kill. You can, it's worth the risk going down and seeing if you can line up that one shot to kill the Cremator. Because all you have to do is make sure that if the Cremator's on screen, you throw your drone out there, the drone reads the Cremator, gives you bonus damage on it, and it's just a matter of you lining up the shot. So for Sniper to do that, though, he has to have items. He's got to have something to buy himself a couple of seconds against the other monsters on the screen. Ooh, don't get burned. Oh, why am I down here? All of a sudden, I'm down here. I don't want to be down here. I'd like to finish killing the Ancient Whip if I could, please. Did I say Ancient Whip? Yes, he's a whip. Stupid whip head? That sounds racist. Someone out there's going to leave me a comment explaining that whip head is like a racist term for somebody. Oh, I just could not reach him. Just could not reach him. Well, I don't want to go down there at low health, for sure. So as soon as I kill the Ancient Wisp, he'll spawn a whole bunch of smaller wisps. I will take this syringe, though. Alright, now let's go. Hey, there's something we could use against flyers. All we gotta do is survive these wisps. Alright, so we got Frost Relic. That's some insurance against flying monsters if we get the Magma Barracks again. Hopefully we don't, though. We've seen the Magma Barracks in this series. Let's see some Hive Cluster, yeah? Hey, there's Lensmaker's glasses. Always a welcome sight. Get it? Glasses, sight. It only just now occurs to me that I should have started this Let's Play, like, I should have opened it with, "Hello there, children!" And yeah, that's my best Isaac Hayes impression. That's all I got. That was it. Listen, it's not my fault that I'm as white as I am. I was born this way, baby. The good Lord looked at the world and said, no, we need one more excruciatingly white boy. And that's what he made. I do like the crit glasses, I do like the knife. So I think our damage situation is fine with syringe plus crit glasses plus knife. So what we really need now is some mobility. Not every class in the game is really item dependent. And Chef is one of the less item dependent ones, but he does really want some form of mobility. There's a bunch of different items in the game that can fill that role, that can give him that, what he needs. But if you don't get any of them, long-term runs with Chef can be very tricky. Contrast that with, like I'll say, like the Commando is a class that, I mean, he definitely needs items to survive, but it kind of doesn't matter what he gets. If you give the Commando a little bit of anything in the game, he'll be successful. Did you like how I just botched it against that Bison down there? Yeah, that was enjoyable for me as well. I've got no healing at the moment. Just my natural healing, just what my mama gave me. Well, the Chef doesn't have a mama. He has like a, he has an inventor. He has whatever Dr. Wily gave him. I just spontaneously remembered a cartoon from my childhood. It was on like 5:30 in the morning on like Fox or something. It was on a ridiculous time of day. Who do we get? Who do we get? A Colossus. We'll take care of the Colossus. Let's not die here. Let's not die. Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. What was this cartoon? I can't remember what it's called. I really can't. But it was about a guy who, like, he had a bunch of robot buddies and he fought crime or whatever. There's an infusion. Oh, there's a blighted Clayman guarding it. Can I get up there and get that infusion? Excellent. Let's just keep doing that. Beautiful. Okay, that infusion's going to help a lot. Let's not make this our kill floor. I already had the crazy mountainside kill floor experience today, and I would like to not have it again. This infusion, after we rock it for a little bit, will give us a little bit of a buffer to work with, but I think right now I would trade it for a Hopo Feather, in all honesty. You guys don't want to party? Come on up. There we go. Oh yeah, you know what's good. Infusion is kind of like the most powerful, one of the most powerful items in game. I got the nugs! Now it's a Chef run. We got Butcher Knife and nugs. Yeah, on glass, Infusion's probably the best item in the game, just because it helps offset the penalties for playing on glass. But you do have to be good to make it work. You've got to be good enough to survive long enough to put the extra hit points you're earning to work. You've got to be able to get the kills. If you've got Infusion, but you don't have what it takes to get the kills, then it's not going to do any good. Head stompers! So now I'm really not worried about the Borlets at the beginning of War Beach up here. I'll just head stomp them. That's it. That'll probably kill one, and the Frost Relic will take care of the rest. I hate this stupid jump with Chef. You gotta be way up on top and then jump over. Otherwise, he can't clear the distance. Oh, it's His Majesty. And a Leeching Seed. Aw, yeah. Thank you, His Majesty. Fizz Majesty. God, what is that cartoon called? I don't... Like, okay, let me try to describe some of the things. Like, he had a bunch of different kinds of robots, this guy. I want to say his name was Zack, but it just might be because Zack starts with a Z, and that makes me think of the future or whatever. But he had, like, one of his little groups of robots were the sports bots. Like, he had a guy with a hockey stick and, like, a guy with a baseball bat or whatever. He had, like, a chef bot. I don't think it was, like, this kind of chef bot, but he definitely had a chef bot. He had, like, a whole wall of just talking head robots. I can't remember what the hell this cartoon was called. Somebody in the comments. We're going early 90s or so here, guys. Head stompers. Look how much damage I took from the bullet just landing on him, though. Wow. Oh, this is gonna bug me. I can't. I wouldn't even know what to look up. Like, how would I even Google that? I would Google just cartoons with robots in them. What would I even do? It must not have been like that famous of a cartoon either, because I don't remember anybody like ever talking about it. It was just this weird thing that was on TV at like 5:30 in the morning. Because I used to want to wake up and watch TV at 6 in the morning because I watched a game show called Video Power. Oh god, if anybody knows the game show Video Power. It was a game show where you played Nintendo games, and I thought it was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. And it had like this jackass host, I don't remember his name, but it had this jackass host, this like just really smug dude, and he would open every episode of Video Power with like a trivia thing. Like, he would call the contestants from the audience, and every contestant in the audience was like an 8-year-old boy, all of them. And I remember, like, he would do trivia. He would like let the boys ask him a question, and then if he couldn't answer it, they got to go pick a game off of his free game wall or whatever. And like, these questions had to have been vetted ahead of time, because there's no way this guy knew enough about Nintendo games that like an 8-year-old kid from 1993 could stump him, you know what I mean? But one question he didn't answer was, the kid got up and he asked, at the end of Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, what does Chip or Dale give to Gadget? And the guy didn't know the answer, and I was like, you don't know the answer to the Rescue Rangers question? What's wrong with you? At the time, I didn't think, oh, his producer vetted this question. His producer, like, gave the kid a cue card to read off of or whatever. Like, I wasn't thinking in terms of that.
Shoutouts to John B. and James for sponsoring this video, and to everyone who makes this channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.